Roy Miller. I'm a chief warrant officer with the U.S. Army.
Why are you here, Miller?
I came here to bring you in.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Review, episode number 304. First things first, I've been getting a lot of messages from people asking me about my thoughts on the Oscars and stuff like that. I did not have time to record a video for that sort of thing, but if you head over to nitpickit.com, episode number 59 of the podcast is out now, and Leland and I go in depth about our reactions and thoughts as far as Oscar winners go. A really brief summary of my thoughts, very predictable. That's basically all I'm going to say, and I'm glad that The Hurt Locker won instead of Avatar. That's all I got. But the film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is Green Zone. Green Zone is the latest, directed from Paul Greengrass, who is the guy who brought us the latest two Bourne films. I believe it's the Bourne Supremacy and Bourne Ultimatum, and United 93 as well. And in this latest film, it stars Matt Damon, Greg Kinnear, Amy Ryan, and Brendan Gleeson. And the film is about a chief warrant officer named Roy Miller, played by Matt Damon, who's in Iraq around 2003, I believe. And they're trying to uncover these weapons of mass destruction. They keep coming up short, and there's nothing found at any of these sites. So they're basically sent on a wild goose chase. Matt Damon's character gets the hint that one of Saddam Hussein's closest allies and kind of a person that was tight in his cabin, I guess, that he's near, and so they go searching for him and trying to uncover the truth. There's also mystery about who Magellan is. Magellan is supposed to be this trusted source for their intelligence and where they got all this stuff, and kind of a political action thriller takes place. Green Zone, I think there's a few things people should know about the film before even going into it. One is that it's directed by Paul Greengrass, and I know that there are basically two camps of people. Some people love his style, and some people absolutely hate it. And I will say that there are moments in the film that I'm going to get into later where I think it's a little too overdone. But for the most part, I like it. If those of you who don't know, Paul Greengrass basically shoots in kind of like a documentary style, shaky cam sort of a thing. So when these chase sequences and action sequences take place, it's like they're really running with the people, and so the camera's shaking all over the place. And stuff like that. Not nearly as bad as like Blair Witch Project and stuff like that, but it's still shaking pretty heavily. And the other thing I think you should know is that this film, although it is an action film, I will say that I think it has something to say, and I think it's more than just your typical run-of-the-mill action film. And I will say that I enjoyed Green Zone quite a bit, and one of the main reasons is for Matt Damon. I think he's one of the best actors that we have working out there today. And I think he's very believable and pretty fantastic as Roy Miller. Everything he does and says feels very genuine and authentic. I think the action sequences in the film are very well shot and well executed. I was kind of on the edge of my seat for most of the time. The one thing I really like though about Green Zone is there's a lot of moments where there's a lot of dialogue going on. And in an action film, that can really bog down what's happening. But I feel like the dialogue is almost just as fascinating to me as the action that takes place. So that added a lot to the film. I will say, though, some criticisms is that the final act of Green Zone, there's a big, action sequence, shootout sort of a thing. And the camera's shaking so much and the edits are so quick and so fast that it's really hard to kind of see exactly what's going on. And I think one of the few praises outside of that it looks really cool that I gave for Avatar is that James Cameron knows how to direct, and in the final sequences in Avatar, he lets you see everything that's going on in that film. And I think at the end of Green Zone, when the action all starts happening, everything is cut within like 2 seconds. You just see hands flying, guns going everywhere, people running. It's really hard to make out what's going on. But all of that being said, it's still a very interesting film, and I think it actually does have some things to say about the war in Iraq right now, and who's responsible for us going over there, and if it's even our job to be over there, sort of a thing. So if you've had any interest in seeing Green Zone and you've liked Paul Greengrass's previous films, especially the Bourne films, I think you're going to have a pretty solid time with Green Zone. I personally had a very solid time with it. I give Green Zone a 4 out of 5. I think it's probably the best action movie that I've seen so far of 2010. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with another one for you.